going to show you how to create your project in Gitlab and connect it to your Netbeans. This is for those of you who will be using Netbeans with Java SimKit. For those using Python, there will be a different video. So the starting place is the Gitlab nps.edu. And I'm already signed in, but if it asks you to sign in with your NPS credentials. Yours will probably look a little different. For those of you who've had the Java course, you will see your project there. And for those who are not, then you'll see something blank. But you should be able to see something here. But you all have a new project button on the upper right. Simply click that and you should create a blank project. You want to give it a name, and the name I want you to give it is MV3302. Now that's the name I'm going to give it is a little different because this will be the sort of instructor's one. So yours should be called MV3302. That's important because I have a script that's going to be pulling that down. And mine's going to be called class code. Now yours probably doesn't have this in it, but because I have a number of different things, that's kind of the way it is. If you like the project slug, you can just sort of keep it as it is. Should be private, initialize with a README, good idea. So create the project. And it should look something like this. And then there's a bunch of stuff for this is all in the README. They've added a bunch of things to it. Now, the next step is to connect it to Netbeans. And if you're using a different IDE, then you'll have to do something comparable or something similar. Okay, so the first thing that you should do is create an access token. So how do we do that? Well, you can go to your profile and I think if you edit the profile, then that will take you to a page like this. And then you will come on and see something called access tokens. Now, you don't want the feed token. You want to create a personal access token. Now, as you can see, I have a number of tokens that I've already created. And so you simply add a new token, give it some kind of name. Make sure you click API because you want the whole thing. Their expiration date is about a year. Let's see. Their expiration date is a little bit too soon. So you want to undo that. Give it some name. As you see, I'll give it this name here. And then we want to create it. Then, it creates a token, which is just a bunch of gobbledygook. Now, here's the thing, is that this is the only page where you're going to see that once you leave this page, you're not going to have this anymore. So, unfortunately, I need to kind of copy it. And just for now, I'm going to put it into just save it in a document. Just for now. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to go back to our project and click on the code button or open it up, and you'll have a number of different options. Clone with HTTPS is the one which you're going to want. And then move to Netbeans, open it up, and there you will see team, and then choose Git, and then clone. So what we're doing is we're cloning. So Want to clone, so you paste in that repository URL. Then what you want to do is you want to give your username, your NPS username, not the name of the token. And you want to make sure to save the password because that's going to be what it is. And okay, now since I've sort of lost it over here, I want to copy that token again, paste that in, make sure to save that, otherwise you'll have to kind of use that. And then we say next, and then okay, so this is where I'm going to put you. Now you can put it wherever you want. You can kind of browse, so you can see I have some previous ones here, but we'll just put it here, and then now it'll say create project. So we can create our first project. Now you want a Java with Ant, and if yours doesn't come up with this, if it comes up like this, or it may come in showing like this, you want to go down, click Java with Ant, choose Java class library, click next. Now this is where you want to name your project MV3302 uppercase. So please don't mess with the case here. We want our projects to be uppercase. As we'll see later, packages are going to be lowercase. The other important thing, and this is absolutely critical, see where it says if this is unchecked, use dedicated folder for storing libraries. You want to make sure that is checked. Why? Because that's where we're going to be putting our SimKit stuff. So then finish that, and this actually has sort of created a number of things, and you can actually, it's not, well, I want to be a little careful because there are going to be some empty things here. So just to make sure everything is kind of working, let's create the package we'll use. Now the package is MV3302 lowercase. Make sure the MV are lowercase here. That's not a strict requirement, but it's really more if you use uppercase for package names in Java, it kind of they look weird. So we're going to finish that, and then just create our hello world. So we create a main, and it still has that silly thing. So we have our, and let's just make sure that everything is running correctly. Okay, so we have it working, and now what we want to do is we want to commit locally. And so now right click on the top, always do these on the top of your project. So right click, choose Git, and well, let's show changes. We can see that there's a bunch of things here. Here's their hello world that we've just written. And then these are other files that are part of keeping the Netbeans package straight. I want you to commit those because when I clone your project, it's going to, I'm going to need those in order to actually run it. Now the convention here is that green is new, blue is modified, and black is committed. So what we can do is we can actually commit from here. We can kind of choose this little icon here, commit changes. This is going to commit things locally. So started. I can commit that. Again, you want just sort of a brief message. And then now we have no local files that have been modified. Notice that hello SimKit is now in black, but now we want to push it. In fact, right click at the top, we do a git remote push, and what that's going to now you should either have only one or two if you have the one from the previous class, but with just double check that this is connected to the one that we want. And we go next. Okay, main, origin, main. For some reason they're calling it main instead of origin, but okay, now notice that main now doesn't have that little arrow, and if we go back to our project here, and if we look at the code under branches, we see that main now has our project. And here are the files. Okay, so when you get to this point, then you have successfully created your GitLab project and hooked it up to Netbeans.